So this video, we're just going to be going through the 12-week year, how we're setting this up. You can use it for any business. Basically, I'm using it for this to work. My clinic, and so my 12-week goal for this 12 week is to increase the patient volume to 7 to 10 patients per day. I'm going to do that 6 days a week. Okay. So that's the goal. And then basically, let's see, copy that, and then we're going to paste it here. I don't want to erase the whole thing. I'm going to paste it there and still erase the whole thing. Alright, so goal. So basically the 12-week year plan is basically just that. How can you achieve the goals that you have set for yourself to be a little bit more productive in whatever you're doing? You can use this for business, you can use it for home organization, or just how you manage your house. You can use it almost for anything. In this instance, I'm using it for my business as well as home. I do something. So I was still pretty much the same information. Just a few things that I need to work on for the next 12 weeks. So I need to complete. I have SOPs, but I just need to go back through them and look at some of the items to reevaluate them to see if there's any changes. So I'm going to start out this week, which you have the interventions or whatever the tactics or actions that you need to take to achieve this goal. So for me, this week is just basically, I don't know, I think this was the organization, because I did another one for organization of my company. So we will make changes to this. So let's change this one. So the first intervention that will help me to increase the patient volume to 7 to 10 patients per day, 6 days a week, is to send out EDDMs, which is every door direct mail. And I actually did that already. I did that yesterday. So I won't put begin week 1, because technically I did it before I started this. But that was a major thing that I needed to do, and I'll do that. I completed that 07, 06. Okay, so that one was actually already done. Something else I needed to do, I wanted to put on here social media posts. Well, let's be more specific, because they need to be specific and they need to be measurable. So specific is what you have under the interventions area, is like how specific, the action, and make it specific. And then the evaluation is like, was it completed? So you give yourself a time frame within the 12-week within the 12-week year of saying, okay, when do you want to do this by? When do you want it to be due? When do you want it to begin? And when do you want it to end? So some things maybe is like a one-day thing. So it just depends on what you're trying to do. So the EDDM was done for one of the areas surrounding us that I wanted to send out. And I'll make another video at some point about EDDMs, what I've learned so far anyway. I'm not a master at it, but I do know some of the things. So I will make a video about that, just under like business stuff, information. So let's see. I want to record on here as well so I can see the difference. Alright, so basically the next intervention is social media posts. So I want to do specifically Nextdoor, which Nextdoor is like a I guess it's for you use it as an app. So there's an app that you can put in like your location based on like the profile that you have, and then you can post information to areas, to people that are in that same zip code basically. And so we use that Nextdoor posts, and we're going to do that weekly because they stay on there. They don't technically like disappear unless there's some reason that you violated their rules that they have to take it down. For the most part, they stay up there. So and we're going to begin this. It's due by, we'll say it's due by the I think I want to change this to like days of the week. So we'll do Monday, and so we'll do Monday of each week, and so it'll start on the first week, which is tomorrow. Then it'll end. We put the end on week 13 because you have the full week of week 12, which is the end of the technical year, and then week 13 is like it's over, so you kind of need to plan for your next 12-week year, right? So let's see, we need to do, and I'm changing these because this was another goal that was to help me kind of get organized, just go back and organize my stuff in the company, and so that's why I'm making changes to this as we go. So we're gonna do Facebook posts, and those will be on, I think we have it, we kind of do them on Fridays as of right now. I don't know if that may change. So it's going to begin on week 1 and end on week 13. Let's see. So I wanted to do what else? We're supposed to do a community event, but I don't know how I'm gonna work that out now because something changed. So that was supposed to be this month, and then it's supposed to be another one next month. So when it's warm, when we have spring, summer, we can do community events, just community awareness events. So let's see, instead of, I wish I had my other paper, instead of doing the community awareness, so we can plan, and I think I'll leave this one open because I have to go through and add what days I'm going to be available to do some of these things. So I'm going to do a little bit of the old school stuff, passing out cards, in the community, and then we're going to, so I won't put the due date on here. I'll write that in after I print that. And then we need to, we were going to do some yard signs for our DOT physicals, and we'll do that. And I won't put the date on there for this one either. I have to look at the calendar. So I have to order or get these signs and then make them, because we do them myself. So the next part is, let's see, what else were we going to do? I'm trying to remember what I went through. So we got EDDMs, we got social media, we have just being in the community, passing out cards, we're doing yard signs. I don't think there's any other ones that I can think of that I want to do during this 12 weeks. I just want to So I'll elaborate so it doesn't look like we're not really doing anything. So the EDDMs, we do those every month. Kind of contemplating on increasing that to twice a month, but we'll see the return on this one that I just sent. The first one we did last month, we did have a return on that investment. So that wasn't too bad. And I have some other stuff that I have to look into as well as far as the clinic, with our patients that are already assigned to the office. And so I'll put that on here so that I won't forget. H assignments. So we need to actually contact some of them to see if we can get some appointments set up for them into the office to do some physical assessments. Make sure everybody's doing good. And let me think. I think that may be it as far as the goal of increasing the patient. So EDDM, social media posts, we're going to do yard signs, pass out cards. I'll decide what day we're going to do that, or what days. We'll probably do multiple days. And then I need the patients that are assigned to kind of get in touch with them to see what we can do about getting some appointments set up. So let's see, we can take these things. See if I can get this to do it without my mouse. I don't know why, I guess because I got something else plugged in, that this mouse that I'm using isn't working. I'll erase that in a minute. Okay, so that is we have our goal, our 12-week goal, increase patients. We have our interventions. We have some of the due dates. I have to look at the calendar to finish that. And then we get down here. And if you haven't like read the book or listened to the audio book of the 12-week year, it is something you probably should check out. I would recommend. And it kind of goes in more detail about this plan of having the setup for the 12-week year, how to use it. And so this part is the weekly, I would say, accountability meetings. Maybe that's what that means. I can't remember off the top of my head, but it's basically checking in to make sure you're moving the needle to checking these interventions or tactics for achieving your goal. So basically what the plan is, so you create it, then you go through and say the first part of the week, you look, say if this was the second part of the week, right, of the 12 weeks. If it was the second week of the 12 weeks, you would look back first at the first week to see if you have achieved the goal that you set out to achieve. And if not, then you can make adjustments, find out why you didn't achieve them, make adjustments, and either carry those things over to, or be prepared to carry those over to the second 12 weeks of the year, or maybe you didn't need them after all. So it would be just, basically just looking at to see what happened. So you do these weekly accountability meetings. You can do them with yourself, or you can have, if you have a mentor, you can do them with them. And so maybe at the beginning of the week, you would go have this meeting, go through what was your goal, what were your interventions, and see how many of those interventions did you actually achieve, right? And so let's see, these are wrong. And like I said, these I have to erase because those are parts of the organization goal that I have. And I printed this off, so I'm not just getting rid of it without still having it available to me. I just didn't bring the one that I created for the patient increase goal. So I'm going to erase these. And then, let's see. Alright. So, so like our first intervention was to do the EDDMs, right? And like I said, we already did that part. And so that, we say week 1, but it was met, and it was 100% completed, and we completed 07/06. Okay. And so this just basically keeps you accountable to what you said you're going to do, right? And you just break it down into smaller pieces so it's easier to digest, right? Instead of just having this in your head, it's good to write it down where you can see it, go back, and not just make changes to it, but to actually see what you started out to do and how far did you get in the process, right? So Nextdoor, like I said, that's going to be tomorrow. So I have to create I think I already have a post that I'm going to use for that. And so what I like to look at and see, like, okay, if you're posting on Nextdoor, you're posting on Facebook, depending on if it's kind of like an advertisement post, so you kind of create it, save it, and you kind of can use the same one over and over again. And then you may have some posts in between there where it is like just like whatever's going on at your business that you choose to share with the public. Then you can add those in there, which will increase the amount of posts you get to have. And you don't want to always post the same thing, but being able to have some of those as just like an advertisement, something that, like, hey, sometimes you don't have the time to make a new post, or you can just have something that you put on there that is of value, right? So these are our interventions. And so let's see, I'm going to move these around because these may not be the same. I have to go back and look and see when I want them done, and then to actually put them where they belong. Because it may not always be in the first week. You can't get everything done in the first week. That's why you get 12 weeks. It's a smaller amount of time than a whole year, so it makes you get more done during the annual year if you do it step by step, right? So that's the whole premise behind it, is to get more done in a smaller amount of time than what you would have if you just planned out for a full physical or regular year. So for this is something that, for this 12 weeks, these are some of the things, my goal as far as a business. And I have 2 goals right now that I'm going to work on simultaneously, but the main one is this one, to increase the patient load by doing more so increase the marketing that we're currently doing, so I'll be able to do it more often. And so I will go back and see, like, based on my notes, how many times we actually want to post on Facebook, how many times we want to post on Nextdoor. Nextdoor, to me, is more valuable than Facebook, but in a way Facebook reaches more people, but for it to be like in our community where we're trying to get patients to come in, Nextdoor is more valuable at that point. And our EDDMs, which they actually get delivered to a person's home. So, as well as putting out our yard times for our DOT physicals, because we do want to increase the volume on those. And then we'll later be adding some other services, like telehealth, for more so I would like to use telehealth for our direct primary care, that service that I would like to eventually add. I'm not sure yet if we're going to add that, but that's something that is in the thought process. And then I would like to add that as part of that service as well. Just a convenience, right? And so that's it for this one. So now we have, this is just some space that I put for to add notes. If I wanted to make a note to myself about this goal or this plan, and then any changes that I think I need for the next 12 weeks. So what is working and what's not working, what do I need to change? And so then I have a space at the bottom for that. And that's basically what I'm using this for. I will see if how this is gonna go for me, with making sure I keep up with all of the interventions and tactics that I need to achieve the goal. And what I will do is each week, kind of like the WAM meetings, weekly accountability meetings, I will make a post of like the outcomes of the current plan, and then if there's any changes or anything, how it's going, and just to see how it works out for us, if it is something that we'll continue to use, or if we will change to something else. But I like the concept. Like I said, I was kind of using it to in a way, without knowing that's what it was. I kind of have always been like a planner, kind of try to write things out, and then yeah, but then I ran into this book. I decided to listen to it, and I got through it in the past maybe 2 days, while I was doing my walks. And so I will check back in and see how this is going. I'll work on this. And so just a quick note, what you're supposed to do, according to the book anyway, is, so the first day of the week you go and look at the previous week, and then you also take a few minutes to look at each day, to look at what you need to do each day to achieve the goals for that day. So for that, what I'm using is just basically, and I'll show you, it's just a paper. It's just it's blank right now, but it's just a blank calendar. And so I will go down and actually make more detail, and maybe I'll be able to add this next video, maybe next week's video. I'll have this set up to where I can share and actually do this online, so I can share, put it on my share screen while we're doing the video, of how I go through and plan it day by day. So we have the full 12-week goal, and then we have the things that need to be done within that by week, right, within that 12-week. And then I take a sheet of paper, a calendar, and say, okay, on this day, because I have to also take in consideration other things that I have going on. I have family things that have to go on. I have, just time to basically allot your time. So you have time to, like, what times do you need to check your emails? What times do you need to respond to emails? What times do you need to, see patients? What times do you, so you kind of add all of that in and kind of plan out your day. How many hours a day do you plan to work on this? And then you do your outside things between there. So I will try and have this on my computer next week, so that way we can go through the full plan. I'll see how this goes this week, if I can stick to it, how it's going to play out. And then next week we'll do the full plan. We'll use this because it's still part of the 12-week. But then when I go and do the day by day part, I'll show you how I come up with doing that. Okay, so that is it for this video. I hope that you enjoyed it, you gained something from it, and you can either check out the book, The 12-Week Year, and make your own plans for whatever your goal is, whether it's related to business, whether it's related to home life, or whatever it is that you may be doing or have going on, that you can use this to help you plan out how to achieve your goals. And stay tuned. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you'll know when the next video will come out, which is also a part of this plan. Let's add that since I'm thinking about it. So we will meet again. This video will go up more than likely, I think it may be on like Friday, if not before then. I have to sit and make sure I plan all this out so it's not too overwhelming, because that's not the point of making it overwhelming. But so I will post this here probably maybe today, and so that it'll go out, and then we'll kind of make a track of when it's going to be consistently going out, just business related topics, how I'm navigating the business, and what changes and things that I'm doing or looking to do to achieve the goals to get this company up and running. So I will see you next week, and I hope you enjoyed. And it's been 21 minutes that I've been talking, so check out the book if you have the time. You can also get it as an audio book. I was able to get it through our library as an audio book, so you can check there, or you can purchase it. I don't get anything from that, so if you find it, that would be great, because it is a pretty good book that I enjoyed. So I will see you all next week.